So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the results of System Bravo, and I'm going to be showing you how the strategy is done since it went live, or since it was last optimized back in October of 2021. Now, if you haven't seen the first video on the story behind System Bravo, you definitely should watch that. In that, I talk about how this system was developed as part of a class, how it was kind of forgotten about, and then I recently loaded it up to see how it had done, and the results just blew me away because since being optimized, the strategies just continued to do really well. And so I want to talk about that. Now, in case you're not familiar with how these automated trading systems work, is you develop the code gets loaded on the charts. And by the way, this is 100% automated, so you don't have to do any of this. It's all done by the broker, and they just auto trade on your account for you. But the way it works is all the strategy, when you load the strategy, it'll show up on the chart like you see here. And that allows you to create these performance reports. And so that's exactly what we're looking at is just the report of this strategy going all the way back from 2011 all the way until now, which is in January 2025. Now, the thing that's incredible again, though, is this. When it was developed, we only had from this point backwards, because again, this is sort of October of 2021. So we didn't know, we didn't have all this data. So we didn't know what it was going to do. We didn't know if it was just going to drop, continue to go higher, or just go flat. So we didn't know. I thought it would do this. That was my expectation. That's what we taught in the class is how you develop a system that can do this and continue to do well. But we didn't know. And so that's what I want. That's what this class is focusing in on, or not this class, but this video is focused on, is how the strategy is done since it was optimized. All right, so let's look at a few of these slides that I developed. So the thing to look at here is this is showing the development results from January 2011 through September of 2021. You could think of this as the back test. And I'm going to compare this with the post optimization so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And maybe it's a complicated thing to discuss, and maybe I'm dumb for doing this, but it's really key in evaluating a trading system is how does it go, when it goes live with this sort of out of sample data. And that's really what I'm trying to show you here. So the average monthly return in the back test was 2.75%. That's not bad. $1,375 is what it averaged, that it would return the winners, the losing months. It had about a 72% win rate on the months. It had about 1,325 trades, and the average gain per trade was about $133. So not bad. I mean, that's why this system was shared and developed, is it looked great. And so let's see how it did though after optimization. So now you just see the after release data. And again, if you compare a few things here, the average monthly return jumps to 4.82% instead of the 2.75%. Profitable does drop a bit, 62% on the profitable months for 72. That's okay though. That's 100% normal, especially with automated trading systems. Usually the win rates will drop a bit, but it doesn't matter as much because our return skyrocketed. And so it shows the power of this algorithm or the system. So the total trades, though, 509 versus the 1325. So that's out of sample. That's after release. We had 509 trades. You see the win rate, or the average trade net profit, jumps as well to $186 versus $133. Percent profitable drops a little bit. Again, that's okay. That's totally normal, as does the profit factor a little bit. But this strategy overall just has done incredible since being released. And this just shows you the closed trade equity. So this just shows you the equity curve, kind of that I showed you in the beginning, but this is showing you during the development what it looked like. So this was the equity curve. And if you saw this, you'd say, oh, wow, that looks like a great algorithm. I want to trade it, which is where we were at in that class. That's why people took the class and traded it, was because it looked great. But what we didn't know is how it was going to do once it went live. And that's what this shows. So now this just shows the after release from October 2021 through January of 2025. And so again, it just continues to go higher. In fact, it's made another $94K in profits. Now, this is just another chart that shows the development data, how on a monthly, kind of month-to-month basis, how the strategy did. And so again, it looks great. I mean, this is again why It was offered to students because this back tested system looked incredible. But again, what we didn't know is how it was going to do. And so that's what this shows. This just shows the percent return on a month to month basis along with the annual. And not that it really matters too much, but this is all based on a $50,000 units count size. Now, this slide I just want to show because it's a good way to kind of end this video. It just shows in kind of the results month to month of System Bravo since it was optimized. So these are the after release. Some people would call it the walk forward returns. But what you'll see here is just the monthly net profit, the return on initial equity. And here's again the equity curve. But just remember too that trading futures involves substantial risk of loss. It's not appropriate for all investors. Remember too that this data, even though it's post-release, it's still considered hypothetical and simulated. So CFTC Rule 4.41 applies. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the other videos, and we'll talk later. Bye-bye.